Should we be hearing anything? Anybody hear me?
Yeah, I got you. I don't hear them though.
Yeah, I can't hear them.
Mayday, mayday, ship's going down.
I'm driving. John, can you text Jeff?
Yeah, I'm doing that right now.
We don't have any audio.
Yep,
Thank you, sir.
you got it.
RIP, RIP, people think like dead, right? Real estate
Somebody.
pioneers.
Can you ask if they can hear us? Pioneers, right?
No, we'll talk about this later. We got,
Can you check if they can hear us?
Can you hear me, guys?
Now we hear you. Can you hear us?
We can hear you too.
Yes.
Yeah, all right, okay. So, what I put these down in front of you guys is, I don't know what you guys do to track like your goals, your vision, your year. Do you guys set goals and have measures? How do you do it?
I have like a daily sheet that I use.
Phone?
What are you tracking?
Like outreach.
Okay, so how did you come to this number? Did you come to this number in a space of love, or you come in this number in a space of fiercity? And do you know how to tell the difference?
Good question. I don't know. No, probably not.
So a lot of times when I say, okay, cool, I don't identify with your business planning that you guys are doing, Keller Williams and Coldwell Banker, they say, why? I said it's because it's spirit driven. You're saying, okay, cool, this is the number I want, this is the number I want to make, a monetary value. You're attached to an outcome that belongs to you. So you're not working for other people like we're supposed to be doing, you're working for yourself. And the work that you're doing is typically not the work that you even want to do. So it's even worse because you're having to equate this into how many phone calls you need to make a day. Who the fuck wants to make phone calls? I don't. So what I have in front of you guys is something that we can utilize to identify what are your biggest strengths, what are your biggest weaknesses, right? Because if you know what your strengths are, let's lean heavily into them. If you know what your weaknesses are, do you know why those are your weaknesses? I'm lazy. Why are you lazy? Because I hit snooze. Why? Well, why do you hit snooze? Do you want to continue to do that, or do you want to wake up and be a big boy and go to the gym like you're supposed to, right? Or girl. So when you identify the why, right? I hit snooze. Okay, then the how underneath it is how to overcome it. Yo, don't do that. Remind myself who I am and wake up like I committed to it. Right? So you guys know what your strengths are? That's another thing that we have to discover. You know what your strengths are. Why don't you guys take a few minutes just to write down your top strengths? And guys at home, write down 5 strengths if you can. And then yeah, do that, please. We'll get these PDFs to everyone in the group today. What are your 5 strengths? What are your 5 biggest strengths? Are you impeccable with your communication? Do you believe in yourself? Do you not take anyone's BS? What are your 5 strengths? Are you loving? And do you love unconditionally? Are you impeccable with your time? You have the best wardrobe anyone's ever seen on planet Earth. Thank you. That's for Isaac. Okay, once you're done with that, we're going to take a minute and just look at them, right? And you don't have to know what all 5 of them are. If they're not coming to you, don't force them onto this paper, because forcing something is not going to allow you to learn and understand who you are truthfully. Okay, does anyone want to share a strength of theirs? Yes.
Solution mindset.
I have a solution mindset.
Awesome. So what does that solution mindset do for you, and how can you lean heavily into that in your business?
I try to focus less on the problems, whether it be business, personal life. I focus on solving the problem. I think that gives me a positive outlook in any situation. I don't feel like I can't solve any problem.
Awesome. Does anyone else identify with that? Exactly. Yeah. Cool. Would anybody say that maybe that's their weakness? Maybe they look at the problem and they're so heavily involved and attached to the energies that are brought forth with the problem, and they can't see the solution. Maybe anyone feel like that at all? No. Awesome. Thank you. Anyone else want to share one of their strengths? If I believe in something, I'm extremely persuasive. Extremely persuasive, so how can I believe in what I'm? And how's that going to facilitate success in your business?
Directly, obviously related to real estate. Well, it translates to I care, because I care for the people that I'm working for, and I really get to know them, therefore I become persuasive in helping them attain and obtain their goal. Does that make sense?
That's like a word called persuasion, right, Barnack?
Just this morning.
So when you are as persuasive as you are, you're persuading them. You're persuading them before we even get to a decision by letting them know who you are and letting them know you got their best interest in your next bird.
I guess what I mean by persuasion is that I transmit the energy that I believe that we can obtain and attain their main objective, which is either buying or selling, because I do truly believe it. I don't know if that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. Anyone else want to share one before we move on to weaknesses? David?
I'm a reader.
I wrote down that I'm a reader. Any topic that I don't know, whether it's business planning, whether it's marketing, whether it's anything, I don't know, my first go-to instinct is, all right, let me find a book and let me read it. Let me just dive in.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, that's beautiful. Anyone else a reader in here? Yo, anyone not a reader, hasn't read a book since like high school, or maybe even before that? Okay, yo, so before I started reading, maybe like, before I got into my fitness career, if I didn't read a book, probably a whole book, not even in high school, didn't care. So what's up?
Can you stand up here when you talk, just so people don't mind?
Yeah. Cool. Let's go to weaknesses. Let's sit for a minute in your thoughts and let them come to you. Do not force them. What are your biggest weaknesses? If you got 5, beautiful. If you don't have 5 today, you have 5, 100%. So let them come to you at a different day. Do not force them upon this paper here. And we don't have to do why or how to overcome. That's for you to, take home and, meditate on that as well. And why it could be an example, like we were saying, well, I'm lazy. Well, why am I lazy? How does that show up in my everyday life? I hit the snooze when I'm supposed to go to the gym in the morning and get my workout in before I start my day. And then how do you overcome that, right? Affirmations. Maybe you put your phone on the opposite side of your house, or maybe you get like one of those alarms that were in the military. Get your shit moving, man. So why? 5 weaknesses, not why or how to overcome. Anyone wishing this to share a weakness of theirs? That's Michael.
Tech savviness.
What does that mean?
It means I need to get in a book and read more and focus more on how to learn electronic stuff.
So you think you need to get in a book to learn technology?
No. That reference from our previous conversation, but yeah, I mean,
That is definitely one solution, but make it have it be like a guide or a manual that takes you through the technology as well, would be my reference.
so just knowing that I need to put more effort into to learn to maybe get to the same point as somebody else.
So tech savvy, are you talking digital marketing, social media, all of the above?
Yes, all the above.
And what is your experience with all of the above?
Not too much.
Okay. Are you using digital marketing currently for your to tap into your sphere of influence?
No.
No. Okay. Are you opposed to it?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Cool. Well, thank you for sharing. Anyone else feel like they identify with that? Yeah. Well, why don't you pass it back to these gentlemen back here? I both you guys share one of your weaknesses.
I would say for me, it's sometimes admitting that I do have weaknesses. Like, for instance, I tend to take on like a lot of work at once with a lot of stuff. And sometimes if I don't handle it all, I'm like my harshest critic. So just realizing that like I'm not perfect, not everything's gonna always get done. And I think that would save me some anger, some self-doubt here and there, and just kind of keep working on from that.
So how would you identify that weakness? What is that? What is that? How would you identify that in like maybe 5 words or less?
In regards, I'm sorry, you mean
Do you-
identify it as?
What you just said, all of that, how do you identify it very like, briefly?
Self-awareness.
Self-awareness, I love that very much. So may I challenge your thought where you said, I get upset, I get angry when things don't get done.
Sometimes, yeah.
Maybe something that can exist at the same time as you will get everything done, just not right now.
Exactly, and that's what I gotta teach myself, and I'm better with it sometimes, but sometimes I just let a little too much cloud my brain, but I'm working on it, still.
Everything's a practice builder.
Exactly.
Anyone online want to share?
One of my weaknesses is not consistent.
And what is that in regard to your consistency?
Being organized, whether it's reaching out to people, whether it's setting time slots, to go on LinkedIn, contact people, contact agents. I'm not as consistent as I like to be with it, and I don't take the action that I need to become more consistent.
Okay, and what do you believe that action is that you need to take in order for that to go bye-bye and be more consistent?
For me, it would be to write out or create a calendar of time slots. And each of those time slots is dedicated to a specific action that I want to take.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, I forgot I had this.
Cool. All right, you guys, let's go to the next page. I want to take a peek at this. It says 2022, little glitch, right? This is for last year, and they did not seem to date. But right now, did you guys? What's up, Stokes? Not disciplined enough. Disciplined in what regard? Also,
Kind of like what Matt was saying, just need to do a better job at prioritizing your daily schedules, prioritizing your priorities, time blocking, hitting an alarm, going to the gym. I'm really working on just being disciplined and doing things with intention. That's my big thing that I really want to start working on. Be intentional with everything you do, whether it be, open a book or go to the gym, or what I eat and how I work out and how many phone calls I make and everything. So I said that's probably my biggest weakness, is being disciplined. I'm not being disciplined enough.
okay, do you believe that if we were to continue to meet once a week ongoing, like we, like we're intending to, do you believe that that will get you to where you want to be and in all of the areas and aspects of your business and your personal life?
Yeah, I do believe that, because it's an accountability factor that would push me to that, I believe.
Beautiful. Awesome. You guys, let's take a peek at, so where are you guys in, relativity to the goals that you set for 2023? Where are you guys right now? Are you guys halfway there or more? Everybody? Yeah. Wow. So everybody, okay, cool. So, that's awesome. That's very, very cool. Yes, yeah, that's right. You can take this one actually. So, what are 3 things right now, right this very second, that you're not currently doing that you believe will contribute to more than any other thing to your growth by the end of this year? 3 things you're not currently doing. Are you not reading books? Are you not taking care of, whatever? This is gonna be in relativity to business. What are 3 things you're not currently doing and implementing in your business today that you know will take it to another level tomorrow if you did?
Marty, do you have an extra pen?
I do.
Thanks.
3 things. I know you guys have been saying that these are some things that I need to be doing in my business that you have not gotten started yet. What are those 3 things? You do not have one on me.
That's okay. No, I'll go back to the cover.
Here.
You need a pen?
Yeah.
I got one for you. You want that bottle?
Thank you. Oh,
Sorry, here you go, yes.
okay. Oh, you don't, it's very clear. Okay. You don't just move faster.
Does anyone have an example of one of their 3 things?
I have to work on planning and time blocking. I don't have to do it.
Planning and time blocking, that's something that he needs to do that he's not doing. How long have you been thinking about doing planning and time blocking your time?
Probably 6 months
And why have you not done it?
because I procrastinate.
Is that one of your weaknesses you put down?
My biggest.
Okay, so procrastination has stopped him from time blocking and being efficient with his time so that he can amplify his business. So beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. You got one?
Getting organized. Getting organized.
Okay, getting organized. What does that mean?
Specifically in business, I'm pretty organized in my personal life, but when it comes to setting up, my goals for the year in terms of real estate, it's.
So would you imagine that might be organizing your attention and actually having a real business that exists?
Correct.
Okay,
Right now I'm doing it.
okay, cool. Yes. So these goals that we are putting down, the more specific you can make them, the more impactful they're gonna have. So getting organized, that's a big, huge, over encompassing thing that can mean a million things. So if it's getting organized my CRM, getting organized my workflow, getting organized my time. Now we can know how we can do that, because if we don't know we're getting organized, we don't know how to solve the situation, like Ben was talking about. Right, and that's what this is the intention is behind all of this, is just becoming aware so that we can adjust, right? Cool. What are top 3 things in our industry or in your professional development would you like to be better practice or learn, like a skill? A skill or a training, maybe you want to get a designation. Maybe you want to become a better negotiator.
Well, Marty, the last thing I just wrote down is, learn my contracts better, get better at writing the contracts out. And which one goes where and some
Okay.
contracts.
You want to be better at writing contracts right now. You have, you have business to write contracts.
Well, that would help too.
No, so what are you doing? You need to get business first before you can write contracts.
Repeat that?
I said you need to get business to have contracts to write before I would focus on that. So if you're gonna be focusing your time and attention on getting better at that, but you don't have business, you're not doing yourself a favor, sir.
It's not the only way, but what's the best way to learn how to fill out a contract correctly?
Do it.
Do it, yeah. The best way to learn anything is to actually do it. So if you don't have business to write a contract, maybe what is a way that you can get, something that would help you that you'd like to learn to get better at, like maybe just posting video content. You did try for a few days and then backed off, that I know has really increased my volume a lot exponentially.
Right. The other one said, be more consistent on social was the other one I had down.
Anyone else, anything you'd like to learn?
Other strategies for listing appointments,
What is that? What is
how
that?
to convert,
Say,
how to convert more listing appointments.
how to convert more listing appointments into sales? Okay, cool. Awesome. Beautiful. So listing presentation. Delivery. Systems. That's beautiful. We can definitely do something on that. Yes,
I would say balance.
Oh, yeah, I think that's.
balance in what regard? Like the balance, like so you can do a balance beam at the gym?
That's long gone, no. I think, like, sometimes I'll spend like a lot of time on one client and not enough on another. And so it's a balance within the business itself. How can I better balance things? Like I've got a crazy client who works like today. I want to buy something right now, today, like put all your effort into this right now. I need to find, and then another day, there'll be another thing that'll be like, oh, this has to happen today. And then the whole day is spent on that. How can I better balance my business so it's not like just a reaction? But
So maybe don't react when someone asks for a commitment and commit your time before you take a peek and realize what is going to be healthiest for you.
there you go. Because I need sleep. It's not like that's on my list of things to get done.
Sleep, that's number one.
Hasn't been happening. Thank you.
Thank you. Very cool. So let's go over to the next one, visions and goals for 2023, right? Did you have one mission, one intention for 2023 when you began the year? If so, is it the same or has it changed? What do we want to accomplish? What is the one thing that you wish to manifest into your existence and you want to walk towards that happens by the end of 2023? And it could be anything. All right. Barnett, want to share your one mission, your intention for 2023?
Yes, our mission is to grow. We're focused on growth right now.
Growth. He says growth, and that means real, and all the things that we're doing aligned, and I would agree. My number one focus and intention this year is to inspire agents and professionals everywhere to show up and be better, to dig deeper, inquire more about who they are and why they are, so that they can thrive in any aspect of life and anything they choose to do. And if that's real estate for you guys, like God bless you. It's not my job, but that's my inspiration. My aspiration is to inspire and bring forth community so that we can all thrive together and rise as one, right? Next one we're going to do, John, you took the page. What's the next one on there? What is one real estate production measure that you want to be held by accountable that happens by the end of the year? Is it a sales volume goal? Is it a unit goal? Is it a just create a real business that exists so that I have momentum going into next year? Because, you know, a lot of times, you know, when people get involved in real estate, they don't know what entrepreneurship really means. It's not just, you know, lillygagging around and hoping that, you know, you get a fish to bite on the hook that you have floating in the water. That's what a lot of people do, fishing. We like to fish with nets and TNT, guys.
See what shows up.
Okay, we're gonna go to the next one, which is spiritual, I believe, spiritual enlightenment. Where do you want your spiritual enlightenment to be from the end of this year, from where it is right this very moment today?
How do you quantify that?
How do you quantify that? For me, I want to be healed from my brother's death fully by the end of this year. Yeah. I'm very in love with him, and you know, he went to heaven earlier this year. I want to do the work that I'm supposed to do so that I can not break down once in a while when I talk about him. Yeah. Let's go on to the next one, emotional intelligence. Do you guys know what emotional intelligence is? It's being in control of your emotions so that you don't react and deter all of your success and momentum. That's what that means. If you can get to a good place of emotional intelligence, the snowball effect of you showing up consistently and you not making excuses for not waking up when it's time to wake up, and you making excuses for all the other things, that's what that means. And when you have that, you'll be more valuable than every other person in the industry because you'll show up with intention. Next page, we're going to go to mental health. Whenever you're ready. If there's any challenges or anything you're struggling with now, or any blockages that you have, or any cyclical patterns that you're noticing in your life, you know, let's go there. Or perhaps you're on medicine and want to get off of it, you know, whatever that means to you.
Can you define that further, please?
Mental health.
Yeah.
It is your conscious awareness, your subconscious, I don't know, programming, like mental, your mind, your brain. The thought, the way you think about yourself, the way you speak to people.
The retaining that joy that is always mine. Is it part of mental health?
Absolutely, because you are in control of whether you are joyous or discouraged at any moment in time, and that's a choice. And the choice comes with cognitive thought. Yes.
Thank you.
Are these things that we like want to get better on, or something like a strength for us?
What goal? What are you working towards? What are you working towards? Let's go to physical health now, next. Whatever that might be, maybe you're on medicine, maybe you have some sort of illness, or, you know, whatever. Or maybe you just want to be faster and stronger. I don't know what you want, but let's put down a goal. And the final one, if you're done, is relationship. What relationships do you have right now that you want to maybe pick one or group, and which one do you want to be better at? And, you know, relationship goal. Like, for example, stop letting my daughter's mother, rile me up and argue back with her. Like, I don't do that anymore. That was a goal of mine. And I worked really hard to accomplish it. It wasn't easy. But that was not a relationship goal with her. That was a relationship goal with myself. I told her, like, yo, if you want to be my friend, I'm here. I'm holding space for that always. But if you do not talk to me like you're my friend, you don't belong in my life. So
Maybe in all those toxic relationships.
maybe removing toxic ones, or for me, relationship, like I want to get married like yesterday. I want to meet my wife already. I'm very anxious to know who she is.
Well, I think you need to keep in mind too, that the quote unquote toxic relationship, it doesn't have to be a permanent thing. But it has to be a thing that you don't revisit until you're in control, emotionally intelligent, all the things we've been talking about. Those people will bring you down, and until you're quote unquote on top, they need to be locked away. And then you decide when to bring them back in.
I have a great example of that. You know,
Microphone, please.
I was bullied as a kid. Kids, you can hear me now, yes. I was bullied as a kid, a lot. And at some point, I found what my identity was. I just blocked it all. And just found out who I was. As a result, one of those people who was bullying me as a kid, severely, when I found out who I was, that didn't touch me anymore, nor neither was anyone tempted to be bullying me anymore because it couldn't touch me anymore. And one of those individuals became my closest friend through the rest of high school because I could let go of what she was and no longer accepted that as that, so who she was. We became close friends and that just got dropped.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, I'd like to kind of set a premise too. I want all of you to know what we believe. And we believe, regardless of what your faith is, I'm going to put it in my faith's perspective, but none of us are here by accident. None of us are a joke. We're all meant to live whatever life we want to design for ourselves. That's what we're on this planet to do. We believe that. We're here to help facilitate that. Put another way, I'm going to buy everybody a book. So I don't know if I'll have them here next week. I'll try. But God, my God, the universe, whatever your faith is, wants you to achieve that pinnacle of achievement of life. That's the purpose of being here. Once you once you decide that, this whole conversation will change for you.
Could they hear you online?
It's hard not to hear me anywhere, but
Okay, where's everyone at? Everyone pretty much wrapped up there? Okay, so how I have this set up, right, is you see there's a why and how to overcome. You guys take this home and on your own time, really meditate. Bring this back next week, bring it back, but meditate on the why. Why am I lazy? Because if you don't know why you're lazy, there's no way you can fix it. Once you identify the why, meditate on the solution. How do I overcome this? How do I make this go bye-bye and make myself better and stronger every day? Your 5 strengths, know what they are so you can lean heavily into them. How can I utilize my strengths to be better and stand out differently than my competition? To foster a better experience for my clients and results for my clients and give them what they deserve, you know, by showing up and, you know, having intention, right? Your 5 weaknesses, why and how to overcome them. Also go through all of it. What are the three things that you are not currently doing today that you know you need to implement in your business for your business to thrive? Why? And then what are you going to do? Because once you start questioning the why, the intention, digging deeper into it, what will reveal itself to you is the solution. And then with the solution, how am I going to deliver? Okay, cool. When am I like for real? Don't say I'm just going to do this, but when are you going to do it? I'm going to do this by next Friday. I'm going to get this set. I'm going to get my whatever you need to do, figure it out. But for real, come up with the solutions. Now you know what you need to do. And then it's not gonna be a question of you going to time block, not knowing what you're doing. It's gonna be a question of whether you give a shit about your goals or not. That's it. That's what it's gonna be about, for real. And then, the 3 practices that you would like to learn or get better at, one of mine is learning the piano. I'm gonna buy a piano with my next paycheck. One of them is becoming a rim master, and I'm going to certification courses at the end of this year, and I'm going to become a master by the end of 2025.
Oh, what?
Regenerating images and memories, a subconscious reprogramming modality that rewires your subconscious mind and brings the unconscious conscious. Very dope. And then when we have on the other page, okay, cool. Now what is your intention for the year? What is your number one thing, right? Why? Okay, cool. Why is this important to me? What is my why behind this one? And you can cross off the 6-month check-in, because at 6 months, we're gonna be at the end of 2023. And everything on this, you'll be able to take a green highlighter and say, I fucking did it. Or you'll be able to take a red highlighter and say, I didn't do it this year, but then this is when I'm gonna have it complete Q1 by this year. Or halfway through mid-year, maybe I was a little ambitious. You'll be ambitious, because if you fall short of an ambitious goal, it's better than tackling any small goal that is unworthy of you. Same thing with real estate production measures. My first year coming into real estate, my goal was $10 million in sales volume. And guess what happened? My coach laughed at me, said, "What's in it for me if you fail?" I go, "You're not my coach anymore." I went to another brokerage right away. And I did 7 million in my first year and 6 in my second year, something like that. I've done 5 million production last year, and if I get like 3 million this year, I will be happy. I don't care to sell people's houses. I care to inspire and do what we're doing here. That's my favorite thing to do. So spiritual enlightenment. If you are not spiritual, it's okay. Maybe talk about the nothingness that embodies that spirituality. Right? Emotional intelligence, you guys, step up for yourselves, show up, like actually care and pour into yourselves, because what we're doing here and these goals that you're putting down, the way that you're going to attract them in your lives is by being most attractive and pouring into yourself. Like that's how I run my business. That's how I coach my team on doing things. And we don't care to do these backing into how many phone calls I got to make a day. Like, yo, don't care for that, because what does that do? It gives me, it doesn't do much for me. That's not how I work. Like, I'd rather pour into myself and give back to my community and teach my friends and family who I am and why I am, celebrate their success, be different online, and just create dope content that inspires people, right? Mental health, also physical health, relationships. Yo, mental health, if you're going to see a therapist, that is not weakness, that is a strength. Like y'all take care of yourselves, honor yourselves, and show up. And if you actually go to therapy, don't do what I did and avoided doing any healing for 2 years straight, because I read those books and knew what she was doing. But actually commit to it. So I put on here, I was also thinking, and John, if I'm not going too fast here, would you guys be interested in doing like a book club? Like we read one book like all together once a month? And then on the 4th and final time we show up here, we talk about the book and what people learned, and you guys interested in that? No? Yep. I think that'd be fun. Anyone?
Yep.
For book 1?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Any of these.
What we'll talk about it. Maybe we'll.
Okay, back here, we're voting for the Bible.
Oh, yeah, we're not reading the Bible.
We'll take
I
that.
read the books with the big letters.
No, yeah, we're gonna leave religious literature out of this discussion. Yeah.
Something on discipline over.
We'll just have to discuss it.
Yeah, we'll discuss it further, but does anyone have any ideas on so I wanted to go through that today, show you guys what my team and I do for our goal setting, what we do for all of it, because if you guys can visualize yourselves being successful and know what you're going after, and you break it down. So what I didn't show you guys is like physical health. Once you know the why, what do you got to do every single month in order to hit that goal? And then what do you gotta do every week? If you gotta meal prep and show up to the gym, 3 times a week, or go rollerblading, or, train for your marathon, whatever it is. You'll know exactly what you need to do for the next 6 months, month over month, and you'll need to know what you need to do every single week in order to hit that goal. And it applies to all of them. So you guys, let's train ourselves to be consistent. Let's train ourselves to show up and know what we're walking towards, and know what what we need to do to get there. Because I feel like a lot of times we're lost walking around, like it's like you're talking about time blocking, like would you even know what to do if you went to time block right now?
I think so.
What would you do? To get organized?
My day and my week and my month based on time. What do you mean?
Yes, but what would you be? So, for example, you want to generate more leads, right? You want to get more active and established online, right?
Yes.
Do you know how to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Does
I just
everyone,
haven't done it.
does everyone else know what they're doing, like for all the things that they need to do, or not really? I see one no over there.
Yeah, which I probably a lot I need help with.
Very cool. Yo, this is a good start, you guys. And if you guys can do this, and you guys can, you start evolving spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, all the way through, and have better relationships. And all of the rest of the stuff will be so much easier for you guys, because you'll be getting out of your own way. And I feel like a lot of us get in our own way almost all of the time when we are at a roadblock.
Where's our greatest challenge?
Greatest challenge?
Where's our greatest challenge exist?
Where does our greatest challenge exist? Anybody?
In my brain.
Between your ears, right? So for those that have, I mean, and when is the game won?
The game is never won. Never. You almost gotta lay the
And that's a mindset, that's fair. But when is assuming you cross the finish line in your mindset, when is the game won?
Depends who you are and what you want.
When you score the first one, score the
Not
last
really.
touchdown.
It's in the preparation, it's in the practice.
Oh, I see where.
Because if you don't know what to do, if you don't have a plan to do it, you'll never.
And when does the practice end?
Pardon?
When does the practice end?
Practice, hopefully for me, not till I take my last breath, but again, that's a different mindset.
So you're gonna stop practicing in heaven?
I don't know. I haven't been there yet. But as it goes in regards to practice and time blocking, if you have access to workplace, my first suggestion to you is find John's time blocking class.
You have 10 bucks.
Yo, you guys, whoever's in, if you're in Real, the Real Academy is available to everyone. If you're not in Real, it's available to you as well. No matter what brokerage you're with, there's so many great modules on there. And I'm not gonna lie, I paid tens of thousands of dollars to have access to all of the material that's in there. Because they didn't have it at any of the brokerages I was at. So when I came to these guys, hang out with these guys, and realized that, holy shit, we have access to all of this. Like I paid $2,500 for that, $13,000 for that. Like no joke. So does anybody want to share any wins or anything that we celebrated this week? Who's got a win? Who's got a couple wins?
We can raise, okay. So at a closing Friday, I thought maybe I could just sit back and get organized and start calling people, but no, by Sunday, people were already calling me. And so I'm out looking for a house for some people who really want one right now. Yeah, it's that attraction thing. Not having to go search for somebody because they know what I've got and then they just find me. Sometimes faster than I want to go, but that's okay. It's okay. So the idea that that it closed, and that I got another happy, satisfied customer, that's awesome. But then another customer unrelated to that one just jumped in right away. So that was cool.
Yeah, congratulations.
Oh, here. Thank you.
I'm closing today.
Hell yeah.
So that's always a win.
we will be onboarding Jake in the back row today, right?
Yo, hell yeah. Oh, Angie onboarded yesterday. Cool, you guys. Yo, so, for real, this works. I'm not effing around. I literally, like she was saying, she got business come to her doorstep. I got a call from my friend and said, hey, I'm giving your number to my friend who needs to buy a home. And then he called me the next day while I was having dinner with Angie. And, we met the next morning, and this guy's pre-approved for 1.5 million, and he's got a $500,000 house to sell. So, I mean, and what did I do? What did I do? I gave my fucking friends love that they deserve. And when I talk to them, I listen to them and I honor them, and I show up in a space that is sacred, and I'm not trying to sell them shit. So when you throw in that, by the way, do you know anyone who's looking to transact? You just devalued your friendship. Don't do that. You guys, let's take a look at this real quick. I want to show you guys what my workflow systems are before we're done, and then if anyone else wants to share or do anything, that's you can do that. But every single day, I encourage my team to make at least 3 to 5. Like my numbers are all higher than this, but 3 to 5 phone calls. Call people that you haven't talked to in a while. Call your friends, check up on them to see how they're doing, because when you make these phone calls, and the only script you need is just it's hey, HAY, how are you? Literally just say how are you, and your friends are hurting right now. The world is hurting right now, and sometimes when you call people, you're going to be on an hour-long conversation. If you're like me and we're both bawling, oh! but it's beautiful, and it's you're giving love and making someone feel special and heard and seen and valued, and you're the first person to ask them how are you, like through COVID and everything else that's going on, and law of reciprocity. They're forever going to be committed to you, and they already know what you do. So if you want to be the agent that that you can, like this works. Video text. I send video text messages like yo, what's up? Happy birthday. Hope you're having a lovely day, and good job being a mom. You're good at that. Bye. All right, easy. I send it to them personalized. So I get a 10 birthday videos done, like videos done. I get 10 birthdays a day. And the next page is where I write everyone's birthday down. And if you go and see mine, I have every single month, January through December. I have it filled out with all of my friends' birthdays on there, because I've been doing this for years, and I got to a point where I thought, like, why am I keep deleting it and rewriting it when they're gonna have a birthday again next year? All right, didn't think of that. But Facebook text messages, send text messages to people and say, hey, how are you? If you don't know what to say, go look at your friends, what they're doing, and text them like, hey, I saw you just had a kid, like, congratulations, that's awesome. Make the video up, go look at their page. Hey, just saw you got married. Good job getting married. Your wife is way better looking than you. I don't know how you got her, but good for you. Love and comment. I do 20 minutes on 2 platforms, Facebook and Instagram, where I take 20 minutes and I hit a timer. We go down and I say comment, love, comment, love, comment, love. I love doing it because I'm interacting with my friends. And then and then at least 1 social media post per day, whether it's a writing, a live video, anything, just to be on there and to be consistent, be on there, and everyone who comments and likes your stuff, interact with them. Anyone who gives you a comment, love it and comment right back to them. Like, yo, you guys, this is our they say real estate's relationships, right? Yo, foster beautiful relationships, you guys, with your friends and with your family, with your tribe. And no matter what you do, if you get out of real estate, guess what? You'll be successful with anything you choose to do thereafter, just because you are you have a network. And something that Ryan DiAprile said that sticks with me is your network is your network. And then you guys, if you get any new leads, if you set any new appointments, leads, I put them into my data or added contacts into my database. Any new leads and any new appointments you set from just talking to your friends. Like, yo, this is what I did in my first year, and that's how I generated it's over 700 or 7 million in my first year. I didn't call any cold calls. I didn't call any physicals or expires. I poured into my database like hard. So, anyone want to close this out?
By the way, attracting to your business is also a relationship.
What's that?
Attracting to your business is
You elaborate?
also relationship.
What's that mean?
Means growing your team is also a relationship.
Yes. Absolutely. All relationships. So I'm actually I'm writing systems for attracting team as well, so. I don't have those yet.
You just wrap up with, so next week, this stuff here, right?
Yes, you guys fill everything out, come back with it filled out, invite your friends, and let's blow this thing up. Like I sent that, I sent the invitation to like 400 of my friends yesterday, and they're all like laughing at me like, yo, you should give me more notice, goofball. But we're gonna have to start getting on a, I'm sure within the next month, we're gonna have to have registration, because, you know, we only have limited availability.
And then everyone bring a book, idea for next week.
Yes, everyone bring a book idea.
You have a whole list, don't you, John, online?
I do.
That might be interested to just, it's on the Telegram, right? So if everyone would just check that out and pick out their favorite, that would be good.
Well, I want to be fresh, so not, I
okay.
don't want like anything.
No, I know, I'd rather not have something that's too fresh. I'd rather have something that is that a lot of people have not read, that's going to increase it.
I'll share that list.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. You guys ready for
FYI, next week is July 4th, so you want to account for that or no? There will be no mastermind.
No.
Yeah, nothing's gonna be,
Okay.
everyone's probably gonna be.
No, yeah, we're not gonna be applied for. Okay, so do you wanna do 2 weeks, or do you wanna get something in between? I'd rather get something in between if we can. Just for consistency and go, and you know, you wanna take a week off and hit it hard?
Let's take a week off, dive deep into this, the foundation for everything else. Right, really understanding what's here and what's not.
Cool.
And we can do 2 weeks for goal setting and put this foundation in place.
Does anyone have feedback? Do you guys feel like what we did today was productive?
I thought about one question.
Cool. Yo, we're gonna go on to are we live streaming this now?
Yeah, we'll sit by everyone online.
Awesome. See you later, guys, online.
Okay,
It's much better.
I ran into an idea for something yesterday, or a couple days ago, I was back from the closing. I was rewarding myself with a box of
You guys
chocolates.
good?
So there's this chocolate place that stopped at, and they will personalize the chocolates for you, for any client or anyone you want to go. Any situation you want to go for. It is, by the way, the best chocolates I've ever had in my life. They're handmade, so just a thought.
And Jeff, that's the real deal.
She doesn't charge anything
registration,
extra for that. She tries to promote you, not the chocolates.
Oh, let's do that real quick. Yeah, let's see the microphone.
You can take care of the QR code.
I'll share it about that.
Oh, did you find out that address?
No, not yet.
I know you got a million things going on.
I probably should have. Are you still excited?